Well guys, this one is pretty easy. If you own a 1418 Silverado, you got the 5.3 motor, and you are looking for the loudest possible exhaust system for your truck, you found it. Talking about the Borla ATAK dual exhaust system with the split side exit configuration here. As you heard from our sound clips, this thing gets a strong 5 out of 5 on my loudness meter, and if you live in the suburbs, it will definitely wake your neighbors in the morning. Some say this is actually louder than a straight pipe setup. That's all thanks to that ATAK muffler, and that's Borla's acoustically tuned applied kinetics. That basically means that it resonates and amplifies the volume of your motor to make it as loud as possible. It also tunes the profile of your exhaust system so it doesn't sound gurgly or raspy. It just sounds pretty good from idle to redline. I know the price is a bit high, but you are definitely getting what you pay for. Again, you will not find a system that is this loud, and you're not going to find a system that is this high quality for this price point. This is actually not the most expensive system that we sell. However, it is made out of the best materials, and Borla's quality control is pretty much second to none from my personal experience. The system is made out of 304 stainless from end to end. You also got these really nice and unique black chrome tips. One of the things that I really like about this system is how easy it is to install. The mid-pipe on this system is actually configured to match your cab and bed length. The system reuses all your factory hangers, so there's no cutting required. You should be able to get this done in the driveway with basic hand tools in about 2 hours, and that's really if you're taking your time. So if you like this system, you want that kind of crazy volume, you should stick around. I'm going to show you guys how to get this installed step by step. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To install your new Cat-Back, you'll need the following tools: a standard drive ratchet, a 13mm socket, a 15mm socket, a 21mm socket, and a 21mm wrench. Optional but helpful tools include a cordless impact, some spray lubricant, and an exhaust hanger puller tool. So before we install our new Cat-Back, we have to remove our factory exhaust system. We're going to be working directly behind the catalytic converter. First things first, we have to unbolt a clamp securing the factory exhaust to the truck. You need a 13mm socket for this one. All right, now that we've loosened that clamp, we're going to pull all of our exhaust hangers out of the rubber isolators. There are 4 in total, 1 right behind the cat, 2 behind the muffler, and 1 at the tailpipe. It is rubber on metal, so it's a good idea to spray them down with some spray lubricant, and it's also helpful to have an exhaust hanger puller tool or some sort of pry tool. So once you get to that last rubber isolator here at the tailpipe, you want to take your time removing it. The factory system is heavy, it is one piece. However, you can remove it as one piece. Once you pull it out of this last rubber isolator, go ahead and let this exhaust rest on your axle. Again, be careful, you got some brake lines and things back here like that. Once it's resting on the axle, go up front towards the muffler, push the entire system back towards the rear bumper. That'll allow your flex fitting to drop down past your cross member. Once you've done that, you can actually pull the entire exhaust from the vehicle. So now that we have the factory Cat-Back removed, we went ahead and we set up our new ATAK system next to it. That way we can see some cool similarities and differences, and we can also finally figure out how all these pipes are supposed to go together. A couple cool things to point out here: the ATAK system is an upgrade over your factory system in terms of overall quality. Your factory system is made out of 409 grade stainless steel, which, as you can see, obviously, this does get some rust and corrosion on it. 304 stainless does a hell of a lot better job at standing up to all that stuff outside, especially if you daily your truck or you take it off-road, so you don't got to worry about rain and snow and road salt and things like that with this system. Other cool thing that I really like about the ATAK system is the muffler. It actually really tunes the volume and the profile of your exhaust so it sounds good from idle to redline. Now, one more thing that I really like about this system is the fact that obviously we're going from a single setup to a dual setup. Borla does throw in a new hanger, and you don't actually have to cut or drill into the frame. There is a pre-located hole and a pre-located bolt or stud, if you will, that we're going to use to secure that hanger. I'll show you guys that later, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our install. So first step of our install is obviously our mid-pipe. We're reusing that clamp that we loosened earlier, so you're going to throw the mid-pipe on with the flared end meeting your catalytic converter. You're also going to throw this exhaust hanger into that first rubber isolator behind the cross member. Once you put this mid-pipe in place, you do want to tighten the clamp down enough that it covers this flared end so this doesn't fall out. But you want to keep it loose enough that you can have a little bit of play in here, because this system is modular. We're putting it together piece by piece, so we want to have a little bit of looseness so that we can make sure everything fits. Now that our mid-pipe is in place, we can install our muffler. You're going to grab the largest clamp in the kit and throw it over the end of the mid-pipe. Once you do that, you're going to slide the flared end of the muffler onto the mid-pipe. While you hold the muffler, you want to get both of these hangers into the original rubber isolators that we pulled off of our factory muffler earlier. With our muffler in place, we can tackle our passenger side tailpipe and exhaust tip. This one's pretty easy. It reuses the factory rubber isolator up here that you pulled off of the factory tailpipe. But before you throw this on, you want to make sure you grab one of the smaller clamps in the kit, throw that on the right side outlet of your muffler. So now that our passenger side is in place, again, we left everything loose because we want to make sure everything lines up well, we can tackle our driver's side. The driver's side is two pieces. So you're going to grab the first piece, the over axle pipe, and another one of those small clamps. Throw the clamp on the left side of the outlet of the muffler, and then thread the flared end of the over axle pipe in place. So we can finally install our driver's side tailpipe, but before we do that, we have to install this hanger that Borla provides in the kit that I talked about earlier. This hanger actually secures using one of the bolts that holds on the tow hitch bracket. You need a 21mm socket and a 21mm wrench to get the bolt and nut off of the frame. Now that we have that hanger and the rubber isolator in place, we can finally install our tailpipe. You're going to grab the last clamp in the kit and throw it on the tailpipe itself. That way it doesn't fall off your over axle pipe. Once you got that on there, go ahead and do the same process. Throw the flared end of the tailpipe on the over axle pipe, put your hanger in your rubber isolator. For all the Borla clamps, you'll need a 15mm socket, but keep in mind we do still have to tighten down the clamp behind the Y pipe, and that again is going to be a 13mm socket, so keep that one handy too. So once you got all those clamps tightened down, that actually wraps up our install. That also wraps up my review of the Borla ATAK dual exhaust system with the split side exit configuration fitting your 14-18 5.3 liter powered Silverado. I'm Travis, thanks for watching, and for all things Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.